Buongiorno and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, before I get started about how the koi is settling in, it was either deal with someone bus trimming in the background noise or the kids being here later on and screaming. For your benefit, I chose the bus trimmer noise. To which now I've said it, he stopped. So fantastic. Let's crack on. Okay, so how are the fish settling in? They settled in, they're all still good. We have had a few dramas, because we always have a few dramas here at Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, the bus trimmer's back, there he is. I hope you can put up with that and it doesn't come across too bad, okay? So, my 6 starter pack koi are in there. I've had them for just over a week and it is amazing. I have loved it. But, I know, I am dealing with new pond syndrome. So I've got a bit of green water and thankfully my ammonia's alright, but my nitrite, I always get them like mixed up. Are swinging more than Ron Jeremy. It's just... It's just absolutely crazy. They're going like very, very pink. Not to an extreme degree where I think they're in any danger, but about 5 days ago it was, when I was doing my pond readings, because I think that when you start a new pond, or practically that's what I'm doing, start a new pond, because I've killed every bit of bacteria off in that pond. So I've got like proper new pond syndrome stuff. I'm going to do another video in the future when I've got on top of this and completed the new pond syndrome, where there is the big swings and crashes, and you've got to be really observant, massively so, on your fish's behaviour. Despite the fish only being in there for a relatively short period, it was their behaviour that tipped me off as to something was wrong with the pond. Basically, they just weren't up. As you can see, it's nice, it's glorious, the weather was really good, and just one day, they just weren't up. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do an additional, because I'm Koi Fish Johnny, I'm going to go that extra mile, and I'm going to do my water parameters. I did them after doing them like 2 days before, and they had gone crazy. So I did a lot of pond drops, changed quite a lot of the water, made sure everything's clean, just staying on top of it. But at the minute, I'm waffled on again here. I'm in the process of doing 3 Nexus and Tempest drops in a day. 2 to 3 a day at the minute, just because I'd rather do that amount on a regular basis to try and keep it as steady as possible. But I have got one crazy fish, and not in a good way. Like the Karachi, as Karachi guys are, is absolutely nuts. It's first up to feed, it's pretty much hand feeding all the time now, and then it's followed by Jagger, who has got a strange mark on his head, but again, I'll have to wait until I can get pictures of that to show you and discuss it, but it's definitely a funny one for the future. Sorry, Mr. Hedge Trimmer's going crackers there at the back again. Maybe I made the wrong choice between that and kids. Who knows? Let me know in the comments. Believe it or not, it's a Shuro, the Ginring Shuro. Whenever I do a clean, a drop, a Tempest drop, a Nexus drop, whenever there's a big change within their environment, so like us, it'd be like being in a whirlwind, and being comfortable there, and then someone stopping the whirlwind. So we'd be pretty freaks out, wouldn't we, if like what I mean by that, I mean the flow of the pond going round, that's what they're used to. It stops dead. Normally all the fish that I've ever had in the past just go whoop, down to the bottom. Not this Shuro, not this Ginring Shuro. He scares the life out of me. Life and death out of me he's scared out. He goes into a corner, headbutts the corner for a little while. Like, yeah. Smacks it, and then I'm like, what you doing, mate? And then he flies around the top of the pond, like flies around the top, and I'm like, literally after every single pond filter change I've done, I have looked at my white coping stones just to make sure that this crazy little Shuro hasn't jumped out. It hasn't got a name, and that's the one that's going to be named by the wife, because as you know, Dave gave my wife one. Boom! I'm going to keep running that one-liner out for too long. I've already done it too long. I'm going to stop it, actually. Misbehaving. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. One crazy thing, non-pond related, but I'm going to drop this in. I'm going to drop a picture here. Who is this? Does anybody know who this is? This is the craziest thing. It might not be to you, and maybe I missed something, but who do you think this is? This is an Olympic level diver, okay? I'm pretty sure, yeah, Olympic level diver. Here he is. In his youth. This is a true story. I'm going to drop that at the end, or somewhere near the end, about that, about who that is, because that blew my mind. So yeah, the fish settling in. They were settling in, tickety boo, for the first like 5-6 days, and then obviously because they're pooping and we haven't got the good bacteria build up within the Nexus yet, and there's been a spike and a shift, so their behaviour hasn't been as great, and I have really seriously reduced the amount of food I was putting in. I wasn't putting loads in. but now I stopped feeding for like 2 days, and then I've gone back to just like at night time giving them a few like pebbles, not pebbles, a few bits of food, not much, and I'm taking it all off within 5 minutes if they haven't eaten it, basically because I don't want too much waste going through the system. I think this is probably the right way to do it, but time will be the biggest decider on this, obviously, but I think I'm on the right path to doing all these filter changes, reducing the feed, basically just managing the pond while the good bacteria builds up in the pond again, so then we can actually start feeding properly and their environment is more stable for them to enjoy, because it's not at the minute. Also, I'd just like to say that I know there was a few hearts breaking in the last episode because my wife was on it. I'd just like to say to you, don't worry about that, ladies. That's just my first wife. There may be applications for a second in the near future, you never know. I just thought I'd throw that bombshell, basically because my ego was a little bit hurt because a lot of people dropping in the comments, Johnny's punching, oh yeah, or whatever. Just nice, funny comments. They were very, very nice, but it made me laugh. But yeah, it was an absolute pleasure. I'm buzzing. Just imagine, like that episode that I did, the mystery box one, which I'll pop a link in the description below, because if you've not seen it and you're new to the channel, I think this is a good video to show you what this is a channel's about and who I am, basically, because I think even if I watch that video back in 10 years, I'm going to love it. So if you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, just imagine you can see yourself back in 10 years time, which brings me on to my other subject. Okay, I'll wander over here and get some sneaky people out there commenting, basically having digs about my hair being a bit darker than it actually was in a few episodes ago, and that is true, my friends, because of this grey reducing shampoo. It tries to make it as look as natural possible. I love it. It leaves a few greys in there. I will confess, yes, I do dye my hair and it is a gradual fade. I think this is brilliant for me and keeps me looking, well, younger than I am, hopefully. Really, a bit vain, but never mind. I'll drop the link in the description just in case someone else wants to knock off a few years. But yeah, that's what's happened. I'll be honest with you, because like I say, I don't want you thinking that going out there, buying new fish, filling your pond up is going to make your hair come back to being black from grey, because it won't. You have to cheat. You have to go and buy some GX shampoo just for men, washing crazy stuff. I am enjoying the fish, and the kids are too. It has been amazing. You can see there, I've still got a seat sat there, because literally every night I'm just sat watching my fish, enjoying them, apart from a swing of new pond trins, Rome, NO2, nitrate, nitrite, going crazy. Other than that, affecting the fish and their environment, but I'm managing it, and that's even greater, really, to be in that sort of environment. I think that's why it's probably ideal, if you're going to open a brand new pond, that you'd probably open it. This is a question, by the way. You probably optimal, because there's things that get in the way. The optimal time, I hypothesize, because I'm going to use a posh word, I hypothesize the best time would be to start in spring, like about March. So the temperature's about 10, 11, 12 degrees. Add them in. If you were starting a fresh pond, adding quite a few, like 4 to 6 or something like that to start you with. So then the temperature comes up, so they're not pooping out as much, and the system's able to grow into it throughout the year. But that is a good question, and I'd love some people to comment in the comment section, because that is just generally my understanding so far about what would be the ideal time to start up a new pond. But like I say, there's a million different things, like building your pond, impatience, time, funds, everything that go into it. So we don't live in an ideal world, and don't let anyone trick you into thinking that we do, because we don't. We have to work. We've got at times. Okay, so the fish are amazing. I'll run through them now because I've waffled. I know you guys want to know about the fish. The Karachi is the friendliest fish. Amazing fish. Comes up, hand feeds. Did have a little mark right in the front of its lip. It had like carp pox, a little tiny bit of carp pox, like a moustache of carp pox like that. It had for a while, but that's fallen off. He seems fine now and he's crazy. Jagger, yes, for the Rolling Stones. We know we love the Rolling Stones. Has unfortunately got a strange mark on his head. Nothing to do with the fish, but it is not the friendliest mark I've seen in my life. It looks like he's flipping you the bird, as my wife would say, because, well, she's from down south, so I imagine that people from down south will know what that means now, and the people from up north, you'll just have to Google it. But yeah, he's got that mark on his head. Beautiful fish though, absolutely beautiful. And then the shower, which is like Rosa, is stunning, absolutely stunning. And then we've got the little Goramo. The colours on that fish are actually quite interesting. Like, really, like, it's almost like a purple haze it's got on its back. It's very, very deep. I mean, I'm not a Goramo fan, but I am a fan of this Goramo. We spoke about the Gimring Shuro. Actually, that brings me on to another point. I noticed that Dave started posting on his Facebook page. So I'm going to drop that link. I have a million links below in a minute by the end of this video. But I'll drop a link to Dave's page. If you check him out now, he is starting to post again on his Facebook page. But I don't know this because I haven't spoken to him about it, but I think he's just posted about a couple of days ago a load of Gimring Shuros, which I believe could be from the same batch as mine. So if you want a batch that's related to my Shuro, which I wish I had a name for it now, then follow the link below, go on Dave's page, have a look, message him, and you can have one of its relatives. You never know. But no, seriously though, go on, follow the page. Hopefully Dave's going to be posting a lot more, because he has got, like I say, 100,000 fish there, over 100,000 fish, and there might be something there for you in the future. You never know. Okay, so we're going to flip back to this. It is absolutely crazy. I hope you haven't gone away, and if you've known it, who is this? Right, the man's here now again, elegantly stood in his Speedos, which one day I'm going to surprise my wife and walk out on holiday in my Speedos. But that's not relevant here. But this is an Olympic level diver, and this is Jason Statham, the actor. Amazing actor, I love him. But Jason Statham, can you believe that? Lock, stock and two smoking barrels. Jason Statham used to dive in Speedos. Love it. I love it. I love it. And it doesn't, even in that posture, you can sort of see a bit of, now you know who it is, you can sort of see a bit of a, I can't do a Jason Statham impression, sorry. But you can see what I'm talking about, rough stuff. But yeah, that was an interesting fact that you didn't expect to get when you joined in for Koi Fish Johnny's little update. Running overtime again, okay. So, yeah, so all settled, dealing with new pond syndrome. It's just one of those things that I don't know how long this will take, actually, because starting it now, I don't know, maybe you guys have a comment in relation to that. I'm envisaging about 4 weeks, and the good bacteria should have built up and stuff like that. Definitely got to be closely monitoring this now. And all the fish are absolutely amazing. I mean, that mystery box that Dave did me, he gone above and beyond there, hasn't he? Like, they are exceptional fish, and they are definitely, as the kids say, a little bit of me. I think that's what they say. Is that what they say on that Love Island thing? Oh, that's a little bit of me, that one. Well, they're a little bit of me, and Dave knows what I like, obviously. So the starter pack are doing well. So the next video, you won't believe, you'll be in bed with Johnny. All right, I know, strange one, but I hope you've enjoyed this little video and an update. The next video is going to be interesting, and we're just going to grow through this. I am really enjoying the pond. The beer? Did I just say beer? It is Friday, but yes, I'm enjoying the beer as well. Or will be enjoying the beer. So this is Koi Fish on it. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care, guys, and if you haven't checked out my mystery box one, I'm going to drop it in here now, so you can go and watch that, because I think that is a buzzing video, and it has got feel good factor all over it. If you haven't seen it, if you have seen it, watch something else. Take care.